my drive because I had a lot of stuff on here, and it wasn't allowing me to do certain things because my memory was full. So I had to get rid of some stuff. Now, I gotta talk to about this because we gotta bring this up either way. Why do we have so many haters? And the reason why is because the haters are just jealous. It comes down to jealousy, people. We all know how it works. Everybody in the YouTube channel got haters. You got to deal with them every day. Unfortunately, my haters are going to court pretty soon. So yeah, that's a different story right there. So, bottom line is, first I'm going to explain who I am. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG, Infusion Light Energy Gain, and Technology Screens. We've been dealing with haters for a long time. Anytime you're doing something good, like Cat Williams said, if you are doing something that is ruffling feathers, you're doing something that's good, you're going to have haters out there. You know you're going to have them. And haters are people at the end of the day, they want to be you. As you can see, the guy called Crow has copied our company's name. He's copied labels. He's copied even our specification sheets. Everything. Keep in mind, this guy who claims that we're supposed to be all these things, we're rip-off artists, we're all these things, but yet you want to be us. You know you want to be us. That's why you came into my channel like many years back asking me about what was in my ingredients so I can give it to you. And when I said no, that's how all this got started. I bet you're regretting that decision now, aren't you? That documents I got sitting behind the back of my desk, you are definitely regretting that decision. But his day is about to catch up to him sooner or later and the rest of them. But that's why we got the haters. Because the haters can't stand the fact that we can come in here and knock out every screen that comes across our path. We can back our technology up on every level you can possibly think of. And man, they have been trying for years, not just these guys, other haters, been trying for years to try to take us down and say at the end of the day that our products don't work with this, that, and the other, all these things. And nobody wants to sign those contracts. Why? Won't you sign the contract and meet us in court? Because, you know, at the end of the day, you just started fabricating stuff, making things up to try to make us look bad. And now we've got years and years of backing, customers, about to go on site to be up in multiple locations. This is going to make you look really bad in court. Which means we're going to hit you with everything we could possibly think of. So, we got haters at the end of the day because they can't back their stuff up. Now, mind you, I got cancellations. I got cancellations galore on people at the end of the day that call themselves want to be haters at the end of the day. They got called out. We go buy your stuff, we get cancellations, we get people crying over receipts, we get people banning over 12 million people out of the state of Pennsylvania. All of it's on the blacklist. I'm going to make sure I put that link right here. You got to check out the blacklist. You'll see everything I'm talking about. Posted cancellations and receipts, everything you could possibly think of. We got it right there on the blacklist. But anyway, yeah, you got haters because you're doing something that they can't do. And that's what makes them bitter. And the sad thing about the hater at the end of the day is the fact that she or he could do better, but they choose not to. They find it easier to hate on you because I guess they figure that's supposed to be doing something. I have no idea how that even works, to tell you the truth. I've never hated on anybody for the simple fact that they became successful. Big deal, so they become successful. If I want that, I got to work for it. That's how I was brought up. But, you know, the haters cut a little different. The hater believes that he's going to hate on you regardless due to the fact that he can't achieve it or doesn't want to achieve it or just too lazy to do it altogether. Because they can do it, they just don't want to do it. It's easy for them to just come on camera and say a lot of stuff. But what you have to understand, hater, you're living in the digital era. This is a different type of era you live in now. Haters have been around since the beginning of the decade of time. But you got to remember, this is the digital era. You hiding behind your little electronic devices at the end of the day, you really think at the end of the day that is going to basically keep your cover up? Man, your carbon footprint is everywhere. And I mean literally everywhere. Every time you pump gas and you walk in front of a gas station, there's a camera that's recording your face. It records you at the pump. It records you walking into the gas station. You're freaking, anywhere you walk, there's a camera somewhere recording you. Anywhere. It's not hard to track a hater today. It's extremely easy. We found 5 of ours with no problem whatsoever. They're very easy to find. So you're not like getting away with anything. But as I said before, the hater has been around since the beginning of time. Anytime someone has tried to do something great, there's a hater. Like you got like William Penn. And if you look at the deeper part of the history on him, and you really understand, he had haters, a lot of haters, because you got William Penn coming up. He's this guy, he has all these amazing ideas and inventions and stuff, and you got these other people that are upset. Oh, they're really ticked off with the fact he said he was going to discover electricity. That really made them ticked off in the day, but he did it, and it ticked them off. Alexander Graham Bell, another person. Guess what? Haters. Howard T. Ford, yeah, who developed the Model T Ford, fancy cars people like to drive around. That guy at the end of the day, yeah, the guy invented the windshield wipers. He had haters. Most of those were corporations trying to steal his idea at the end of the day, but he got his money in the end. Anybody who's ever tried to introduce something to try to make something better, there were haters there to try to tear them down. Now, aren't we glad that none of these inventors listened to any of those people at the end of the day? Imagine the kind of world we would live in if these people decided to just give up and say, you know what, we're not going to invent electricity. Boy, it'd be jacked up, man. Could you ever understand how they heated homes and how homes were lit back then? A lot of fires. A lot of fires. Oil lamps were extremely dangerous. But anyway, so it's a good thing that people never listen to haters. Hater, I'm going to tell you something today. The fact that you can use your cell phone, someone made this, by the way, you know that, right? This is poof out of nowhere. And I'm pretty sure the person who made this phone right here, he had haters. There are haters for everything you have in your environment. There is a hater somewhere hating on that. And the very things that you use, which I'm about to blow your mind right here, you're about to get your brain scrambled, so hold on to your socks or your bootstraps. That the very thing that you use right here, it's like this cell phone, to hate on somebody else's work, is the very phone you're using right now that I'm pretty sure somebody hated on to begin with. Isn't that interesting? But yet you're using it. But someone hated on this phone too also. Isn't that interesting, hater? You go back to a whole entire generation of haters. Even back in the biblical time of Jesus Christ. Yeah, Jesus Christ had haters. Yes, he did. The Pharisees couldn't stand him. They hated him. Because, they had this little scheme going on. They was running around fake healing people, faking to be prophets at the end of the day. The people were all over them. They can get money anytime they wanted to, pay for their healing and all that stuff. Then Jesus pops up on the scene, and Jesus is the real deal. And they can't stand him now because the people now are flocking to him and they're not flocking to them. They're losing money because Jesus is the real deal. And now we got to figure out ways how we can make him look bad. So we just give him a whole bunch of crazy questions and try to tear down what he's saying. So that way we can get the people to turn against him and they can be back with us. That's what you are, hater. You're that far back. So anyway, it failed. Because again, Jesus is God and he knows exactly what he's talking about. And how crazy that is when you think about that? That they didn't realize that the fake religion that they were pushing, they were actually talking to the creator who created them themselves. How crazy that is? That blows your mind right there, right? But anyway, so they tried everything and they thought, okay, nothing's working. We're going to have to kill him. But he was supposed to die anyway. He was going to die anyway due to the fact that they didn't realize that the very fact that he was there so their very souls could be saved and they wouldn't go to hell forever. You find it interesting, don't you, hater? Yeah. So the very person that they're trying to kill was there to save their soul even though they hated him. And he knew they hated him. Do you see that? Mind you, he has the power to just go boop and you're gone. He could have wiped everybody out. If he chose to come down here and say, you know what? These people are unworthy. I'm trying to save them. They're trying to kill me in the process. They're saying all kinds of nasty stuff about me. I'm tired of this, man. Forget them. He could have wiped the entire race. That means you wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be here right now. Nobody would be here because the bloodline would have ended right there on the spot. So you wouldn't exist right now, hater. But no, Jesus decided at the end of the day that they're worthy of being saved. They do not know what they do. And he went through all that so you can get saved, hater. Isn't that interesting? You ever think that far back? You don't allow your mind to process that deep because the devil got your brain all clouded up with hatred. That's why. That's why you're called the hater. The devil is the biggest hater of them all. He is the number one hater of all haters. He makes all haters. He's the father of all haters. You serve the devil. That's why we call you demons at the end of the day. Because you serve the number one hater of all haters, which is Lucifer himself. That's who you serve. Look how fast they popped out of the room. Their mind they just got woke. They just got woke. Good, good. You need to be woke. So you can understand what you serve. You serve the number one hater of all time. You serve Lucifer, the devil. That's who you serve. And that's who dwells in your home. That's who dwells in your surrounding is Lucifer. Because Lucifer loves hate. He loves it. He enjoys it. It's what he feeds off. It's what he generates. It's what he factories. It's what he basically produces out in the world. You are a product of Satan. That's what you are. Of course, common sense does kick in from time to time. Hater gets knowledge from God. It tells him, hey, this is a bad idea. You should be doing this. Try to do something else. Try to go in a different direction. But you're so caught up with Satan at the end of the day, you're just a manufacturer of hatred. And think about the deep part of it all. You thought because of the whole hatred thing. No. Deep down inside, you are serving the number one hater of all times, which is the devil. You're his product. That's what you are. And until you realize that, you will continue to stay his product. Now, the kicker part of all this is you're on borrowed time right now. So if you walk out the door tomorrow and you don't come back, that's because it's your time to come home. But not in the way you want to come home. Because you're not safe. You're not covered in the blood. You're still serving the devil. Which means you'll go someplace you don't want to go. And you will stay there in torment until God comes back. And it could be a century, a 2 century. I got to pass long off this earth and been gone. You'll still be in that same spot being tormented. I'm going to paradise. I'm going to see my Lord's face. Because I don't allow that hatred to seep in. I get rid of it the minute it comes in. Any thought that comes in, the devil tries to whisper me, oh, I know who you are. I know exactly who you are. You're Satan. You don't want to got me in trouble the first time. No, get away from me. Get the freak away from me. I know who he is. You, on the other hand, you don't see him coming. He whispers that fast in your ear. I see it. I see your work. I see the devil's work. When I get the interesting text messages, emails, and stuff we're receiving, people sending us the mark of the beast 666, all kinds of pentagraphs, pornography on cell phones, calling me nigger, stuff like that. When I see all that stuff like that, I see the devil's work. That's what I see. I know where you're going. When the time comes, if the Lord decides to take what belongs to him back, how you going to fight that? You don't own your body at the end of the day. What you think? You're going to live on the earth forever? You know you're going to die. You just don't know how you're going to die and when you're going to die. That's what you don't know. He knows. He knows. No one knows how they're going to pass off this earth. But you're going one way or another. Either you're going today or you're going tomorrow. You don't know that. And the fact that if you've been serving the devil and you've been doing that work hater at the end of the day, you know where you're going at. You better get yourself together quickly. Because if you don't, I guarantee you, if the Lord decides to take what belongs to him, today, you will leave this earth today. And no doctor on the face of this planet will ever be to bring you back. You understand that, don't you? All right, then I hope you understand that. Now, may I give you a little piece of understanding? Say you let your neighbor a rake. It's your rake. You paid for it, right? Belongs to you. It's your property. And you lend it to him. You let him borrow it. You can't have it. You let him borrow it. You're going to want that back, aren't you? Of course you are. When it comes time to rake your lawn, your rake's not there. And you're like, where the frick is my rake? Oh, he got it. I'm going to get my rake back. And you go over there and get your rake back. It belongs to you. It's mine. Can I have it back? Thank you. Guess where your soul belongs to? It belongs to God. So when it's his time that he feels that you had enough time on the earth and he decides to take back what belongs to him, he's going to come get it. And just like you're going to collect your rake and take it back to your home, he's going to take you too. So you remember that. But the difference is between the rake and you is the rake doesn't have a soul. You have a soul at the end of the day. And there's another person bidding for yours, and you've been serving him the entire time since you've been here. You've been serving the wrong one. So you'll go to him. There you go. It's like taking that rake and either it goes home with the person it belongs to, is going to take care of it and put it in the garage and keep it out of the rain, or he's going to throw it in a wood chipper which is the other one that you serve. That has no respect for you in any way whatsoever. His job is just to destroy you, torture, and put you in as much pain as he possibly can think of in the most horrible ways that you could ever imagine. He's going to throw you in that wood chipper. That's where you're going. Get it together, hater. Your time is ticking. You're not promised to be on this earth forever. One way or another, you're leaving here, whether you like it or not. Depends on which one you're going to end up with. And since you're full of all that hatred from the door, you serve the number one hater, and the number one hater is Satan himself, and that's who you serve. Why don't you think about that? All right. So when we got all those haters coming at us at the end of the day, I see you as what I see you as. I see you as the devil. That's how I see you as. Because I'm a man of God. I serve God at the end of the day. All my blessings, everything I have, everything I declare goes to the Lord. The devil had me at one point, the biggest hater, made me a hater, and I was a part of his group. I'm not part of his group anymore. I disconnected from there altogether. I serve God now. So that means that when you come at me and you come to attack me at the end of the day, or anybody at the end of the day, you're doing the devil's work. Because the devil can't stand Christians. He hates them. And you're just doing his work at the end of the day. Not realizing that he already knows you can't touch me. He knows that he can touch you. And that's why he can get you to do what he needs you to do. Let's waste as much of time as I possibly can of your life on this earth, because I know sooner or later that God's going to call you back. So I got two ways to get you. I can waste time and get you that way, or I can figure a way to kill you while you're here on this earth. Well, you're playing a dangerous game at the day, an extremely dangerous game. I wonder every time, and I thank the Lord, that the time that I was here on this earth wasting time listening to the devil, that the Lord could have taken me at that time. He could have easily taken me home at the time, and it wouldn't have been a good way to go. And the devil could have killed me out here too. It wouldn't have been a good way to go. But God had plans for me. That's why I went through what I went through. That's why I'm here today, talking to like I'm talking right now, and saying what I'm saying right now. So just let you remember, hater, when you go out and you spread all that hatred, anger, you remember who you're serving. You serve the number one hater on the face of the planet, the face of the universe. It's Satan himself. That's who you serve. All right, gotta go. Remember what I said? Time is short. You're not promised to be here forever.